Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your September forecast for 2014. Great month here, starting off with Jupiter and Venus in your first house. That is your personality, so things are like expanding for you, and I think all of you early Leos have already started to feel the blessing of Jupiter in your sign, where you're feeling that things are now starting to expand, it's starting to grow. Good gifts are coming to you. Those later Leos, you will also get that a little bit as we go along throughout now and until summer of next year. However, though, all of you should start feeling, this lift and what it has been doing here in August. Especially now also because Venus is also in this same area, first house there with Jupiter. And Venus rules love, joy, harmony, also money though. So you might have felt that there is things now coming to you here in August that is going to follow you straight to the 6th of September. Great time for you to feel this area expanding, receiving gifts from the universe coming in, blessings and whatnot. But basically what it's going to do is going to allow your personality to come forward, to shine, to radiate. And so I feel you Leos, you're glowing. Now, from the 6th, Venus is going to move out of your first house into the area of your income sector. How you make your money and how you're evaluating what it is you are earning, whether you can improve it, expand it. When we have Venus in this area, it rules this house, so it's going to allow you to kind of look at it seriously, kind of maybe crunch some numbers, come up with some new ideas. Now it's going to be joining what's already in there, which is the Sun and Mercury. And of course, the second house is also where the new moon is going to be hitting you this year. Not before September 23rd, but it is this time for the entire year for you to put down your intentions here about your income finance. So what does that all do? Well, from the 6th, the focus is going to be big here in this area. On the 3rd, Mercury is going to move out, okay, into your 3rd house of communication. So you're going to see how that's going to be picking up. It's how you communicate, who you communicate with, what you're communicating. But I'm feeling it's really balanced. It's really just and fair because Mercury will be in the sign of Libra, which likes to balance things. And it's also the negotiator, the diplomatic way. So you will see there might be a need for you to step in from other people, to be the one to go between and balance. But you're going to do great because you have this optimism now and this enthusiasm on your side, so that should be good. Let's talk about Mars. Mars here for the first half of September is going to be in your 4th house. That's your roots. It's who you are on the inside. It's family, tradition, the past, and it's also your physical environment, where and how you live, okay? So property, real estate. So the first 2 weeks, you might see that you're using a whole lot more energy in this field, maybe to update, upgrade, move things around a little bit, or also be more interactive with family and family members. And especially because Saturn now has been in this area for the last 2 years, so I see that a lot of you Leos have tried to create a new living foundation, a new platform. You've been transforming this, being more authentic to your needs. As Saturn's moving here only once every 28, 29 years, okay? So these last 2 years, you've been changing that up. I feel you've been completing this cycle that you'll fully see and come to feel once we get to December. But then you're free of this extra responsibility or burden having to secure this foundation of yours. Mars is going to help that kickstart here as we come into September 14th when it's leaving this area. But here for this whole last month, this is what it's been doing. It's been telling Mars, no, Mars has been telling Saturn that, come on, let's speed it up a little bit. So come December, that is the full wrap up. So we're on a countdown now, and then you will start seeing how your home environment, the foundation is going to be that burdensome or heavy on you. Then let's take a look at the full moon this month, September 9th, Leo. And for you, it's being illuminated in your 8th house. Once again, it's money matters for you. Now, the 8th house is not just money. It's also those very personal, intimate sharings that we have, the spiritual values, what we have in our cosmic bank as well. And I say that because the full moon is in Pisces. Pisces is very spiritual. Neptune is there, so it's more like you illuminating this area. What are you getting in return for the intimacy, the feelings that you're sharing here in this Scorpion house, which has been very deep, very calling you and your sensitivities to the depths of your inner core. Now, of course, financially, the 8th house does rule money you have with your partner, or values that you share with your partner. Of course, also royalties, commissions, banks, insurance companies, that kind of thing too. But the full moon here will definitely bring something that you're going to be looking at. And I'm thinking it's not too bad, you know, at all this month. The moon will follow straight into your 9th house after this here. On the 23rd, I feel a few days later there, when it meets up, give it a week, when it meets up with Uranus there in the 9th house, well, that might just bring a new situation into being that has to do with new beginnings, new starts, or insights as to what has been going on in this area for you. The 9th house has everything to do with how you navigate in your higher universe, okay? It's the higher thinking, your way to having your own philosophy, religion, spirituality. I feel that a lot of you Leos have become that much more intuitive, open, receiving flashes of insight, liberating yourself from the dogmas, finding your cosmic footprint. And the moon coming over here will also bring this into being. Why? Well, because we also have Mars now that is going to be trining this area when Mars is in Sagittarius after the 14th, right? That's your sister sign. You are fire, Mars is fire. It's in the 5th house for love and relationships. It's in the sign of Sagittarius. More fire up to that Uranus up there, which is allowing you now to look at your relationships in a different way. Maybe even in a detached manner, because that's what Uranus does. It's disattached attachment. Yes, we have our attachments, but we disattach from what it is we expect, because how can we expect? We can have a drive, we can have a vision, a goal, but then the universe does its own twists and turns, doesn't it? So we have to also be flexible, because it's not always the goal, the end goal, that is important. It's how we navigate. It's the path towards the goal that becomes important, because that goal can shift and change upon us, right? So we want to be flexible, but it should be exciting. Anytime after September 14th, when Mars moves into the house of love and romance. Mars is men in your life. Mars is also your drive, okay? Your goals, your ambitions are going to be that much more now active in this area. If you have children, you will come to see that they might play a larger role while Mars is transiting through here. But the 5th house is also self-expression and creative projects. So you might be that much more focused now on getting either your own creative project up and running, or be a part of a group's project. But you're going to have a lead role, I feel, because your Mars is very energetic here. End of September, you'll see that when we get into October. We'll talk about that next month. So we have here on the 9th, there is going to be a situation that you might question, might doubt. If so, then I would say listen to your doubt. Doubt is your friend. It's all of our friends. Because if something was correct or right, we would have had a conviction. We would be confident. We would just know that yes, right? But when we have doubt, it just means hang in there, wait until all the information is present. Now there's some information not present on the 9th that the 10th can bring in. So if you're having to make a decision, hang in there to the 10th. Jupiter is going to illuminate this area. Mercury is going to be the receiver, which is news. And you will feel here that that would be good. It is in your 3rd house for communication as well. So I'm saying that this should be the better time for you to make any kind of decision here early month. On the 11th, though, I feel you are feeling strong, especially when it comes to whatever monies that you're looking at, maybe to invest in your house, your home, maybe even a new property. The sun in your 2nd house, you're overlooking, you know, your financial situation. And Saturn might give you an opportunity to invest in something new, or it might just be you now starting to feel that you're secure in your own grounds, in your own home. All right, so some news there. On the 14th, it is a very passionate day. Venus and Pluto, they are trine, which is a harmonious aspect. Venus being love and romance, Pluto being desire and passion. Well, it doesn't get better than that. However, Venus also rules money, so this could be a day of news of money. And especially why for you, Leo, is because this Venus is in your 2nd house of money. Double whammy there. Pluto coming from the 6th house, which has to do with your day-to-day routines. It's who you work with, it's your co-workers, it's the services that you give out. So you might just come to see that from that group, there might be news coming in here that can influence you and your own financial structure. So, nice. That whole week, from the 14th to the 21st, you're going to see how Venus here is working with you, balancing, harmonizing you, expressing and speaking, sharing, talking, but also grounding the energy of Saturn. This is you mastering your own foundation, you mastering your inner self, feeling good and confident in what it is that you are now doing, the choices that you make, the information you give out. So yeah, I feel that your financial situation along with this also should be quite good. So the planets are moving direct, all our personal planets, that is, all right? Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, they will remain retrograde for some time still to come, but they work more on our subconscious level, not in our face. They're on a day-to-day level. All the personal planets are now, they're pulling together, moving forward, things speeding up. Even Saturn, which was the last one to turn direct, but it takes a big body some time to pick up speed after it's been retrograde. So in August, we didn't really feel it too much, but September here, yes, you will. And that will allow you to feel the security of your own inner foundation, whether within the sense of self, you know, your inner spirit, or also the foundation of where you live and the energy you're putting down in your life. So that is pretty much what we have here for September, Leo. I will see you in October, but go listen to your moon and rising sign, and I'll see you.